Hey everyone, welcome back to another Steven Universe art video. This time we are actually going to be doing just a gem room, not a fusion room like we have been doing in the past. And this time we have Peridot's room, who was made by WildWolvess, and I'm here today with Michael to discuss with her about this room.
Hi.
Okay, so before we start, I'd like to apologize for my current mic quality because my microphone is still broken. Anyway, so what made you want to do Peridot?
At first I really wanted to do Lapis, but I had no idea. I had no idea of a concept for her room whatsoever because she's such a complicated character and I've never actually liked the ocean. Sorry for those who actually like the beach and stuff. I actually don't. So I wouldn't even know how to approach her in the best possible way. So I'm like, I'm gonna do Peridot because I had a straightforward idea from the very beginning. Peridot is just this cute little quirky, tech savvy little thing, and I had to do her.
So I see that you put a ton of references from episode, like things that Peridot likes and stuff. Could you talk about those a little bit?
Yeah, I had to put the underpants in there. I forgot what episode that's from, but I've only seen it about once, and I'm like, I can't let those go. I mean, who loves Peridot in underwear? I do. So I could just see Peridot holding on to those secretly, but not letting anyone know because she was very secretive about putting those on, and
Right.
uh. Camp Pine Hearts. I see Peridot as like a fangirl, and I would see Peridot going to Comic-Con and stuff for Camp Pine Hearts. So I was like, she would probably have a poster in there as well. And I actually tried to put a little bit of a meat morph into the corner there of everything Peridot has lost. So
Oh,
she's lost her tape recorder to Lapis. She's lost her boot to the crystal gems in general, and she lost that's supposed to be like the hand of her robot machine that she fought
oh,
Pearl with, which she lost that battle as well. I mean, and again, it was a tie, but she lost what she thought was the right decision in that episode because she thought that she was above a Pearl when really we're all equal. So I felt like a little meat morph in there.
that's a
And
great
oh, of
idea.
course, the alien. He's hanging from the ceiling, but it probably doesn't look like it. It's just I also love the alien too. It's just so many little fun random things that Peridot's connected to that I had an overabundance of references to use. It was great.
Yeah, I love this room. It seems like very accurate to what I would imagine Peridot's room being for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I love the little tumbler lights that you
Yeah.
have going on. So very random question. I don't know if the audience can see this yet, but there seems to be a plug hanging that's not plugged into anything. I'm curious as to what that is because it looks like the monitors, the computer screen monitors are on, and the lava lamp is also on. She's just using magic or what? What's that for?
Yes, I've had some other of my friends actually look at this image because I wanted their personal opinion, and several times they had said, "Why isn't that plugged in?" And the lava lamp is on. Well, I'm like, "Well, it's because magic." I have a theory that I think in the future she will also become to use electricity and metal at the same time.
Hmm.
That's my theory, but also I figured that it could also be a part of the room's magic is that things are just lit up. It's not really necessary to plug them in, and I'm not sure if there'd be plugs in a gem's room. Would there be? I don't
That's a
know.
fair point.
I don't
Didn't
know
even
if there'd
think of
be
that.
plugs in a gem's room, but for some reason I kind of get a hunch that Peridot might be able to control all electronics in the future because when she did the metal thing, it was first for the tablet, and then she did it with the spear to Jasper.
Hmm.
But the very first time she did it, it was with a tablet, and that's an electronic device and a metal device. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. It's just a weird theory. I just
interesting.
decided to leave it unplugged. But yeah, it's still on. It's just kind of something quirky.
I like it.
Mhm. So, like you were explaining, you have a ton of references in here and such. Was there anything that you want to put in the room that just didn't fit or you didn't think would work?
Oh gosh, there was a couple things. I wanted to put a stack of DVDs of Camp Pine Hearts, but I really didn't know how to go about it, and it looked like it just wouldn't fit on the desk in general, and I feel like it would look too messy. So I kind of left that out in the original sketch, and I also wanted to put a beanbag chair in there, but again, there was already a chair there, so I was just like, I don't know if a beanbag chair is really necessary. But actually, a majority of the stuff that I initially planned made it through to the very final, so I was actually pretty happy with that.
So I see that there's kind of like nuts and bolts on the floor. Do you have like any head headcanon as to what she may have been working on?
I think that perhaps maybe she was working on some type of device for them to actually go to Homeworld because,
Hmm.
like they said before, the warp is broken, and I feel like if anything, they had to meet the diamonds before they reach Earth
Hmm.
because to travel that far, and if the warp pad is broken, it's going to take them a while, just like the rubies did. So if there was a way, if that was happening eventually in the future, I feel like they would meet the diamonds before they even reach Earth to protect Earth in the future. So I could also see Peridot working on that. And in general, I could just see Peridot working on just random stuff. Because I actually got the inspiration from my dad. Because he's kind of the stereotypical dad a little bit. He's always constructing things. He's always like working on projects to improve the home. And he has like tools laying around and everything. So, and like nuts and bolts over here. So I just see Peridot just leaving stuff around all the time when she's in between her projects. Like the
That's
tractor
great.
she made in the upcoming episode, Gem Harvest.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so think Peridot is just tweaking around with every single thing that she can get her hands on that is like electronic on planet Earth in general.
Yeah, she's just a dad, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I see her as my dad, and in a way, on that part of Peridot's personality, I see my dad, the person who always has to have a project going on for sure.
Gotcha.
So once you were assigned your gem to do, what's your process in making a piece like this?
My process first would be taking a step back and thinking about where you could put things and also doing composition. I decided to put the desk a little bit off from the center to kind of draw the eyes away and into the corner and then back to the corner again where the meat morph is. I just kind of sketch heavy with big lines at first, just to kind of get an idea of what I want. And then after I'm done sketching with big lines, I go in with more finer tips. And from there, I start to block everything out with basic base color. I kind of like, in a way, I kind of paint actually than it is drawing. On Photoshop, it's kind of more of a style choice. I don't have any cell shading. If some artists know what that is, I don't have any cell shading in this piece. It's more of a paint-like style where we kind of just we kind of color pick and merge, and then color pick and then merge, and then color pick that color and then blend it together, and eventually we come out with the final product of this piece.
Cool. So besides the beanbag chair, was there anything else you were thinking of adding to this room that you just didn't end up adding?
I was actually thinking about maybe adding more hanging wires because when I very first thought of Peridot, again, like most of it actually came through in the final piece, but like I had this like almost when we very first meet her on the big screen in kindergarten. I kind of had like this kind of like image of like this cave-ish, technology like room where you got hanging wires that connect to random things, or splitted end wires and
Right.
all this like technology and easy. She could just lean over and grab something if she's working on a project, or like a little mini robot. I could just see like this like whole on like tech room going on, and I was gonna have like more like things hanging from the ceiling, as in like more power cords, but it looked too messy, so I actually ended up removing those.
Now, going outside of the room and for more personal, like Steven Universe questions, what is your personal favorite gem in the show?
Oh, that's such a hard question. You guys are so mean.
Wow, we get that a lot.
It's because they're all likable to their own extent, and they all have their own personality. But my favorite Lapis. Lapis is Bae. Recently
Bae.
she's been
Thank
very
you.
quiet ever since like she's been reintroduced and away from Malachite. But like I'm hoping that she can get a little bit more screen time because Lapis is Bae, and I still want to know more about her, even though we kind of already got her backstory. But I kind of want to know more about her. And I think my second favorite would have to be Stevani. Because I absolutely I can see myself as Stevani half the time. Stevani is just awesome. Like they're calm, cool, collected, but at the same time they're badass and they still kind of do stuff like without even thinking about it, like the racing episode. But at the same time they still collect their thoughts and everything. So plus I love Steven and Connie. And then seeing Stevani ride Lion and have the shield out and have the
That's so
sword
cool.
out. I actually had an idea of drawing that before it even aired, and I was like, "Oh my god. Yes."
That was a great moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad you share my Lapis Bay sentiments.
Yes.
So speaking of favorites, do you have any any singular favorite episodes, or if you can't think of one, like a handful of favorite episodes?
Oh, I cannot pick one for sure, but I do have a handful. Mindful Education. I
Mm.
really liked that one. The song in it is just like the song that Garnet and Stevani sing is just amazing. And towards the end, I love the scene where Stevani actually falls off the cliff. Because on a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shows, the stereotypical is, oh, I'm going to fall off the cliff. Oh, not just kidding. But the fact that they actually fell through with that and pun, huh?
uh,
Uh, they actually fell through on that and they actually fell. And then Stevani split and Stephen and Connie were there. And then they hold hands while they're just falling in the sky.
oh yeah.
I just love that because I feel like it's a reference to some Studio Ghibli movies. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. I'm not actually sure. But I just love the fact that they had a conversation while falling through the sky. That's just one of my favorite scenes there. And then they got back to, and then they
Yeah.
floated back to the bottom and they were just all calm, cool, and collected again and I was just like, that's amazing. I loved the ending in Mindful Education for sure.
Yeah, I've seen that scene like 3 or 4 times now, and I still get emotional watching it.
Yeah, I still get the emotional when, they grab their hands and they're
Yeah.
like spinning and oh yeah, that's my favorite.
I think it is.
Another one, I guess, would be Buddy's Book and Lion Straight to Video because I am so freaking curious about Lion. It's not even funny. Like,
Unreal.
he's probably like the least character that we know about. And it's just like, I just want to know more. Like, were there more pink lions or was it just one lion?
So many questions.
Yeah, like, Lion is just, I just want to know more. Like, it's just how even yeah okay.
So I can tell you are a very big fan of Steven Universe, but do you make artwork of other cartoons, and if so, what?
Yes. I haven't really produced a massive amount of fan art, but I do. If you go to my gallery on DeviantArt, I do have fan art. I might have deleted it or put it into storage by now. I did have a Gravity Falls fan art of Wendy, and actually I had the part where she had, ears and tail, because there's also the story of when it's not Gravity Falls, it's Monster Falls or something like that. That's been floating around, and I was super onto that back then. But I would definitely draw more Gravity Falls art because I'm from Oregon, and I love the fact that it was in Oregon, and I'm just like, this is amazing. And I draw Steven Universe fan art. I draw Okami fan art. I've already done Legend of Zelda, but I'm planning on doing more. I just kind of do fan art on like whatever. I have a really big fan base from like all types of shows and anime. So I mostly listen to my fans or my watchers. And if they let me know like, hey, I want to see more like Blue Exorcist, or I want to see more Full Metal Alchemist, I'll be like, okay. Or I want to see more Steven Universe. I want to see like Gravity Falls or Avatar Last Airbender. I'm like, okay.
So yes, a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I do draw fan art a lot, but sometimes it never actually gets posted. Da, 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 da. No, I actually don't have anything to hide. It's just sometimes I do draw and I just don't ever post it. And sometimes I just don't know what people want to see.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of artists like that. So how long have you been making art?
Oh, well, I mean, we all eventually draw when we were younger, but when I actually started taking it seriously and I drew like every other day, was probably like in 7th grade after my cousin died, because she had like a sketchbook, and then when I was at her funeral, I looked through it, and then when I got back home after the funeral, I guess I started drawing, and so that was about 7th grade, and I'm 20 now. And so about like 7 years, approximately. And then I think I got my very first tablet, like for digital art, Christmas of 2010.
So is there any social media of yours, besides like your DeviantArt, that people should check out if they want to see any of your stuff?
Yeah, for sure my Instagram. I post a lot of stuff that never actually makes it to my DeviantArt from my Instagram. So like sketches or even like little short videos of like my in-between process between sketch and finish goes to Instagram. And just in general, like people will get like tons of more updates if they follow my Instagram than my DeviantArt. I only post like completed finished art really to DeviantArt most of the time. And I also have a Twitter, which is kind of inactive sometimes active. It goes back and forth. I do try to keep my Twitter active for sure. But there have been some times where I do try to get on there and I try to just type whatever or share whatever. So yeah. And then I also have my YouTube, which I'm hoping to have a video coming with before the end of the year, another art video coming up on my YouTube channel. So that's a good one to watch too.
Cool. So do you take any commissions for art?
I do, and I have in the past before. Right now, because I'm in the middle of my current semester at a university, I'm really busy. So commission opening date is December 20th is when I'll be opening them up again. I currently do have one thing that is going on right now that is a YCH, which is your character here. That's open right now. So that's kind of like a commission, but you already have a sketch to look at. And then you pay me to have your character put into that sketch. So that's currently posted right now, and anyone can come in there and grab it. And plus, if someone does get that, I'm actually going to send them like a printed out version of it. But other than that, that's all I have for commissions going on right now.
Good stuff.
So thank you so much, WildWolvess, for joining us with this video. We are going to be having more gem rooms coming up in the upcoming weeks. We are actually still looking for some artists because there's actually quite a few gems, not fusions because we've done all those, quite a few gems that we need to do. So if you're an artist and would be interested in talking with us and doing one of these videos, just give us an email at cartoonuniverses@gmail.com. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Thank you everyone who watched, and I'll see you next time.
Later.
Thanks.